Hi everyone. In our last two lessons, we learned how to add and subtract integers. Today we're going to learn how to multiply and divide integers. The actual multiplication and division will be pretty straightforward. The most important thing we're going to focus on today is how to determine the sign of our answer. By the end of this video, you'll have one simple rule that you can use for both multiplication and division. Let's start with something you already know. 3 times 4 is 12. Now let's change one of the numbers to negative. What do you think happens to the sign of the answer? So negative 3 times 4 equals negative 12. A negative times a positive gives us a negative answer. Now what happens when both numbers are negative? Negative 3 times negative 4 equals positive 12. Here's the rule I want you to remember. When multiplying or dividing integers, same signs give you a positive answer. Different signs give you a negative answer. You don't need to memorize 8 different rules, just ask yourself one question. Are the signs the same or different? All right, let's use the rule. First, don't multiply yet. Look at the signs. I have a negative and a positive. Negative 6 times 4. The signs are different. Different is negative. So I know my answer will be negative. Now I can multiply the numbers without worrying about the signs. So 6 times 4 is 24. And because I know it needs to be negative, the answer is negative 24. Let's try another one. Again, I'm going to look at the signs before I do anything else. Negative 7 times negative 3. So I have a negative and a negative. Both numbers are negative. The signs are the same. Remember, the same means positive. Now just multiply the numbers. 7 times 3 equals 21. Negative 7 times negative 3 equals positive 21. All right. Try these. It's your turn. You can pause the video, solve these 4 problems, but remember, don't start by multiplying. Look at the signs. Ask yourself, same or different? Then determine the sign of your answer. Finally, multiply. All right, pause the video now. All right, here's the answers. If you missed one, go back and look specifically at the signs. The sign rule is same signs positive, different signs negative. All right, now let's move on to division. Here's the good news. The sign rule does not change. We use exactly the same rule for division. Same signs, it'll be positive. Different signs, answer will be negative. All right, here's example 1, negative 24 divided by 6. First, we'll look at the signs. There's a negative 24 and a positive 6. The signs are different. Different signs give us a negative answer, remember. Different is negative. So then 24 divided by 6, the answer is 4, and because different signs make a negative, the answer will be negative 4. All right, one more. Negative 35 divided by negative 5. Look at the signs first. A negative and a negative. The signs are the same, so the answer will be positive. Same means positive. 35 divided by 5 equals 7. Because I know the answer will be positive, our final answer is a positive 7. Multiplying and dividing integers. 1, look at the signs. 2, are they the same or different? 3, determine the sign. 4, multiply or divide. All right, let's finish with 6 problems. Pause the video and solve these on your own. Remember the process. Look at the signs, same or different, determine the sign, then calculate. All right, pause the video now. All right, check your answers. If you missed one, don't just change the answer. Go back through the process. Look at the signs first. Decide whether they're the same or different. Then determine the sign of the answer. Remember, the most important thing from this video is that the same signs give you a positive answer. Different signs give you a negative answer. Then simply multiply or divide the numbers. In class, we'll practice this strategy together and work through more examples. After class, you'll complete guided practice and then practice independently using the OpenStax textbook. Okay, I'll see you in class.